everyone, my name is Victoria Korenek, and this is my internship overview presentation with All Things Planned. All Things Planned was established in 2010. It is owned by Amy Rodriguez. Amy is a lead coordinator and a lead planner for the company. Her clients range from those local to College Station to all across the U.S. All Things Planned is a full-service event planning and coordinating company. They manage all details from coordinating the day of to creating a theme and decorations for your wedding. I first filled out an application online for the internship position. Shortly after submitting it, I heard back from All Things Planned for an in-person interview. In my interview, I was offered an internship position. This was in early December. In January, I had my first in-office training. I was introduced to the daily tasks that I would be doing throughout my internship, as well as how to communicate with brides and vendors. I was set up with a company email account where I would send and receive any information throughout my internship. My internship supervisor was Jackie White. She is also a lead coordinator with All Things Planned. She is in charge of managing and teaching all of the interns. After the first month into my internship, Jackie and Amy held an intern workshop. At this event, 4 other interns and I went over all information regarding what to wear, how to act, and what our jobs would be at wedding rehearsals and on wedding days. I was very excited about this internship. I had several goals that I wanted to accomplish during this opportunity. A few of these goals were assisting in wedding coordination, set up wedding ceremony and receptions, creating wedding timelines, communicating with vendors, and coordinating weddings the day of. I was able to successfully accomplish all of these throughout my internship experience. First and foremost, my primary responsibility is to support Jackie. Most commonly, this includes creating timeline rough drafts for the day of coordinating and reviewing timeline details with brides, ensuring the bride's needs are met. Some of the other tasks I do are network with vendors to receive quotes and ensure quality control for goods and services provided by vendors. All of these daily tasks prepare me for the wedding day. The timeline is the most important tool on wedding day. It has all of the information needed to execute a flawless wedding. The picture on the right is my first wedding. The timeline in my hand never left my side. In the months I was able to intern with this company, I was able to assist in 9 weddings. A few learning moments from my early career was when I first learned how to cut a wedding cake. As seen in the picture on the right, the cake was already leaning, so we had to change the order of the cake cutting in the timeline to manage the issue. The cake was damaged when it was delivered to the venue. It was a learning moment for me as I had to manage the issues from the cake itself, as well as learning how to cut the leaning cake without wasting servings. Every wedding cake is different, and between baking the cake and delivering the cake to the venue, anything can happen, so you should always be ready to manage the problem. Another important part of weddings was when I learned how to direct the processional. Everything from this moment is leading up to the bride walking down the aisle. It is important to have everything timed perfectly and accordingly. Lastly is the bouquet and garter toss. This is one of the first things that my lead coordinator let me direct on my own. It is one of the quickest yet tedious parts of a reception. You are having to communicate with the DJ and guests, as well as the bride and groom, all at once, with setting a designated amount of time aside for the actual toss. This moment that happens so quickly is so important to the bride and groom. In the beginning of this internship, my first task consisted of drafting timelines and forwarding them to my lead to be reviewed. I then shadowed Jackie and Amy at weddings. After the first few weeks, I started calling hotels to create hotel blocks for future weddings, and I would call caterers and photographers to verify upcoming wedding dates. Towards the end of my internship, I was coordinating parts of the wedding on my own while my lead would monitor. From the beginning to the end, I was able to have a hands-on experience to grow and understand firsthand how to manage mistakes and fix problems that would arise. Going forward, I am extremely grateful for the opportunity and confidence that All Things Planned has in me. Before COVID-19, they had offered me an internship throughout the summer. I am continuing to keep my internship and will start working weddings as soon as they are allowed to resume. The knowledge that I have learned throughout this internship has created a strong foundation for my career and gave me a better understanding of not only wedding planning, but event planning as a whole.